Welcome to UMA Field Operations Platform, built for contractors and designed for real site execution. In the next few minutes, I'll show how UMA turns daily site activity into structured workflows, real-time visibility, and evidence-ready records, so decisions are based on facts, not assumptions. Our vision is simple. Make construction field operations measurable, verifiable, and standard, the same way finance is standardized in ERP systems. Our mission is to digitize the execution layer, QC, document flows, HSE, workforce, equipment, and fleet, in one platform where every action has a responsible owner, a timestamp, and evidence. Construction doesn't fail because people don't work. It fails because information is late, disconnected, and untrusted, so the site runs on guessing and firefighting. Fragmentation creates silent delays until they become expensive problems. In the real world, teams use different tools for execution, quality, safety, and resources, and reporting becomes manual. That means two bad things happen. First, managers don't see issues early. Second, when a dispute happens, evidence is scattered. UMA fixes this by standardizing workflows and capturing evidence at the moment of work, not after the fact. UMA is the operational backbone for site execution. Think of it as the control layer that sits between what happens on site and what management needs to approve, measure, and report. It's designed for mobile-first field teams, but gives management a full control tower view. The platform is built on two pillars. First, project site execution, the workflows that control quality, documents, and HSE. Second, resource management, the people, equipment, and fleet that actually deliver work. And the key is that both pillars are connected, so you don't manage execution in isolation from resources. Let's start with project site execution. This is where the project's daily reality lives: inspections, approvals, safety controls, and the documentation trail that protects both contractor and client. UMA gives real-time visibility across sites and zones, not weekly PDF reports. Foremen and inspectors capture activities on mobile, while PMs and consultants see status instantly. The goal is to control schedule and milestones by controlling the micro-decisions daily: what passed, what failed, what's blocked, and who owns the next action. Site execution is not one process. It's three connected workflows. QC verifies that work meets requirements. Document control ensures teams use the correct and latest information. HSE ensures execution is safe and compliant. UMA connects them so a QC issue can link to the exact drawing revision and the exact location, and can also trigger a safety action if needed. QC in UMA closes the loop from inspection to closure fast and traceable. Here's how it works in practice. An inspector runs a checklist on mobile, attaches photos, notes, and geo/timestamps, and submits results. If there's a defect, a snag or NCR is created instantly, assigned to the responsible party, and tracked with an SLA timer. Closure requires evidence, not just done. Then the item goes to re-inspection, and finally approval. Optional. The output is dashboards by WBS, zone, subcontractor, and defect type. Document control is the single source of truth, so teams don't build using outdated drawings, which is a classic disaster. UMA manages a document register, revision history, control distribution, and approval workflows with deadlines and accountability. RFIs and submittals aren't emails that get lost. They're tracked cycles with status, due dates, and a clean audit trail. Optional. And the biggest operational win: every QC case can be linked to the exact drawing revision and spec section. No more arguing about which version was used. Optional. The output is dashboards by WBS, zone, subcontractor, and defect type. HSE adoption works best in phases, because forcing everything at once just creates resistance. Phase 1 is quick wins: incident and near-miss reporting, site inspections, and basic KPIs. Phase 2 adds control, risk assessments, JSA, permit to work, and CAPA workflows with escalations. Phase 3 moves to assurance, audits, training programs, and trend analytics to detect hotspots and prevent incidents. Optional. The core idea is, every observation becomes an action with an owner, due date, evidence, and closure, not just a note in a WhatsApp group. Optional. And the biggest operational win: every QC case can be linked to the exact drawing revision and spec section. No more arguing about which version was used. Optional. The output is dashboards by WBS, zone, subcontractor, and defect type. Now Pillar 2. Resource management. Because even perfect QC and docs won't deliver if labor, equipment and fleet are unmanaged. UMA gives one operational view for field staff, equipment and vehicles, all linked to performance. Field staff management is about controlling workforce execution in real time. Teams can be rostered, checked in with geofencing, and assigned tasks and work orders with priorities and SLA timers. Supervisors see live progress on a map: who is on site, who is idle, who is delayed, and the mobile app supports evidence collection, signatures, and offline mode for remote areas. The value shows up quickly. Faster dispatch, higher SLA compliance, productivity KPIs you can actually trust, and fewer safety incidents through digital controls and accountability. Most importantly, management stops operating blind, because teams, sites and subcontractors become visible and measurable. Equipment management centralizes all asset data: heavy equipment, tools, generators, even sensors. You track availability, allocation, utilization and run hours, and you schedule preventive maintenance before breakdowns happen. When a fault occurs, it becomes a workflow: report, assign, repair, verify, and return to service, with full lifecycle cost visibility per asset and per project. The outcome is less downtime, higher utilization and fewer losses or misuse. Plus, you gain cost control. You can see which equipment is bleeding money, and whether repair makes sense or replacement is smarter, based on real history, not gut feeling. Fleet management provides real-time vehicle visibility and operational control, live GPS, history playback, geofences, and event alerts like after-hours movement. Trips can be optimized with ETAs and route deviations tracked. Driver behavior scoring reduces accidents and improves compliance. Optional fuel monitoring adds consumption analytics and theft detection. Optional. Delivery workflows can include proof of delivery with photos and signatures, so fleet data becomes operational evidence, not just dots on a map. This translates directly to lower fuel and operating costs, higher on-time performance, safer driving and audit-ready reporting. In practical terms, fewer surprises, fewer disputes, and better service quality. UMA connects people, equipment, and fleet under one operational view, linked to performance. That means productivity is not an opinion. It becomes measurable. Idle time, utilization, SLA compliance, downtime, and delivery reliability, all visible in one place. 3 differentiators matter. First, live data. The platform updates instantly across teams, eliminating end-of-day surprises. Second, role-based dashboards. Each stakeholder sees what matters. PM see progress and blockers. QC sees defect trends. HSE sees incident actions. Management sees KPIs. Third, the interactive map control tower, which isn't a nice feature, it's an operational tool. Click a zone, see open issues, drill down to evidence, and identify hotspots across sites. Integration is where UMA becomes enterprise-grade, because it connects field reality to corporate systems. The aim is simple: keep ERP as the financial and master system, while UMA becomes the execution system that feeds verified operational truth back into management reporting. UMA can run standalone for fast deployment on limited projects, ideal for quick wins. Or it can integrate with ERP and PIM systems for synchronized data and enterprise visibility. Typically, master data flows from ERP to UMA: employees, projects, suppliers, materials. Then UMA sends execution results back: approvals, inspection outcomes, progress evidence, and performance metrics. Optional. Integration can be API-based, file-based, or middleware-driven depending on client policies. For fleet, utilization, trip completion, and maintenance indicators. For field operations, actual labor hours, work order status, service summaries, and productivity. For QC, inspection summaries by WBS, MIR acceptance decisions, NCR and SNAG KPIs, and milestone acceptance signals. The key is that ERP receives summarized, structured outputs, while UMA retains the detailed evidence and traceability. Deployment is not one-size-fits-all, especially in enterprise construction. UMA supports multiple hosting models to match client governance. Dedicated private cloud on AWS gives isolation and scalability per client. On-prem deployment is available where infrastructure and strict governance are required. Hybrid deployment splits components by sensitivity, for example, keeping certain data on-prem while using cloud for analytics and mobile access. Optional. Across all models, we apply enterprise controls like role-based access, audit logs, backups, and secure data separation. We work with implementation and technology partners to ensure speed and reliability, from deployment to training and operational rollout. The goal is not just go live, it's user adoption and measurable improvement on the ground. AUMA delivers one operational view, one source of truth, and one scalable platform. It transforms construction operations from fragmented tools into an integrated execution system, where quality, safety, documents, people, equipment, and fleet work together, and where evidence is built into every process. Thank you for your time. Next step is simple. We can run a short discovery workshop, map your workflows, then show a live demo configured to your project structure, zones, WBS, forms, and reporting. From there, a pilot can be deployed quickly and scaled across projects,